Hi Facebook, Renee Ruth here. Wanted to talk today about how to change. So there's a lot of conversation that goes on about change and making change, especially as we're approaching the halfway mark in the year and our New Year's resolutions may or may not still exist. But often I think when we want to create change in our life, we feel like we have to create it immediately. Like, for example, I want to start, I'm going to stop smoking. So tomorrow I have to quit immediately. Cold turkey works in some cases, but often the best approach to change is actually baby steps and rewarding yourself for success in those baby steps. So what I really want to talk to you about is mindset. So I was in a great conversation with one of my students last night after class at Randolph College. We just finished the semester, and he was sharing with me his struggles in university. How easy it is to get into university and fall into the, having a good time and not necessarily being sure to do the work. And I think all of us can be guilty of that same thing in life. It's so easy to have fun in life that we sometimes neglect the things that are most important. So he was sharing how hard it was to kind of change his thinking about higher education, and that he was suffering now to the end of the semester trying to be successful, and he felt overwhelmed. And I was sharing with him how to change our mindset, it's often not a switch. It's not something we can just flip. And that's got to do largely with the fact that our minds are like superhighways. We've really kind of created patterns in our life, whether consciously or unconsciously. And those patterns have built roads that we just comfortably drive every single day. So to change those roads, it would literally be like trying to drive your sports car down a highway at 100 miles an hour and then go off-roading. We don't have the right vehicle to off-road, and even if you off-road, nothing's really good about it. It's bumpy, and that doesn't work. So the best way to start changing your mind is to make efforts every single day in that direction and reward yourself when you succeed in that effort. So for me, I was a doomsdayer. Never knew that about myself until this past year, but I kind of always saw how it would go wrong, predicted how it would go wrong, and that's kind of where my brain always was. And I had to spend time every morning retraining my brain. Like, that doomsday superhighway was paved, it had lines on it, there were lights on that highway. I mean, it was well traveled. And the road that saw the future and saw possibility and believed in possibility was this dirt road on the side that I hadn't spent a lot of time on. And so I had to get up for the last 4 months at least. I've gotten up every morning and I've retrained my brain, and I've thought of all the things that can go right that day and all the situations that could come together that had little to do with me doing anything more than making an effort. And each day I had to wake up kind of with that excited, try this at home. It's so weird, but it's so true. If you wake up and you're really excited about the day and you kind of ball your fists up like kids would, it really helps you feel excited, and it changes your mind frame completely. Like, if you find yourself getting kind of down, just get really excited about it. You don't have to know what you're excited about. Just get excited. Be like, I'm so excited, and things just change. And as you do this, that dirt road that you're trying to travel, that's a change in your thinking, stops being dirt and suddenly it's gravel. And the next thing you know, the gravel's packed down. And then we have pavement. And then we put lines, and suddenly you can easily travel on this different mindset the same way you were traveling before, but that doesn't happen overnight. We don't build superhighways in life overnight, just like we can't change our mindset overnight. And I think this student was really wrestling because he wanted change immediately. And I think we all do. We know what we should be thinking. We know how we should think. We know how our mind should be, but it's so hard to actually think that way consistently. It's because we have to make those little efforts every single day, rebuild those mental highways, and think differently so that your future is different as well. So I hope it encouraged you. Makes me so excited. because it's definitely worked for me, and I will be back again tomorrow with some insights. If you found, Tammy, thanks. If you found any encouragement in this, please do hit like, please do hit share, and I will be back again in the near future. Cheers.